We came with a purpose tonight.
Tight pocket, hit, ball comes loose, up for grabs, and the Packers have it. It's Reed again, got away from one. Reed on the run, inside the 10, to the goal line, touchdown Green Bay.
Understand this, it just gives us another week to advance. You got to take care of yourself and get your mind ready and your body ready for a battle in our house on Sunday with everything in front of us. It don't mean unless we handle our business next week.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family.
Hello and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, presented by Software One. Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, let's see. You got the Bears, Lambeau Field, regular season finale with a trip to the playoffs on the line. Does it get any better than that?
It definitely doesn't. And it's a great credit to everybody involved in this thing in terms of being able to kind of fight our way back into the playoff picture, but ultimately we got to deliver when the pressure is at its highest.
Do you believe in something like getting hot at the right time?
Yeah, I think there's something to that. Certainly we had one of our most complete games versus Minnesota in a hostile environment, but you're only as good as your last game in this league, and every week is a new challenge, and the Bears are getting hot as well.
Your offense is clicking and leading that charge, Jordan Love. Last 7 games, 16 touchdown passes and 1 interception. He's looking like the man checking all the boxes.
Yeah, he's doing an outstanding job. I think it's such a great credit to all the work that he's put in. I've mentioned many times, I think Tom Clements does an outstanding job just grooming quarterbacks, helping them develop. And then the guys around him are really blossoming and playing at a higher level.
What do you think Jordan's touchdown run against Minnesota, the way he went after the end zone, what do you think that said to his teammates?
He's all in. He's going to do whatever it takes to win a game and even putting his own body on the line.
Of course, in the Viking game, Jaden Reed sets a new Packer record for receptions by a rookie. But with that fella, I don't think that's the last record he's going to set as a Green Bay Packer.
No, he had an outstanding game. He's had an outstanding year, and it's even more remarkable when you consider the fact that he's been battling through some adversity of his own, just dealing with his ribs, and he's a tough sucker.
In a season of stepping up, the latest example is Bo Melton. He comes out of nowhere in the last couple of games, and then he becomes your first 100-yard receiver. You know what's really enjoyable is the way the guys love him being successful.
Oh, it's genuine. You could feel it after the game. You could feel it in game, certainly in the locker room with the celebration when he received the game ball. But it's a credit to Bo, his mentality, his attitude, what type of teammate he is. I mean, he brings it every day, whether he's on the show team or he's on the first team. So just really happy to see his performances.
Matt, you've developed a real deal running game, 162 yards against Carolina, 177 against Minnesota. Now, obviously, Aaron Jones being back helps, but are there other contributing factors to that improvement?
I think you can look no further than the offensive line. These guys have really grown together. I think they've been putting better performances on a weekly basis, and certainly the pass protection's been there all year, but I think really in the run game we're starting to hit our stride a little bit. We'll have a heck of a challenge versus the Bears, the #1 rushing defense in the league. But and anytime you get Aaron Jones back in the fold, you got a chance to really create those explosive runs.
Let's talk about your defensive performance against the Vikings. I would label it dominating. What say you?
Yeah, I would absolutely put it in that category. When you really think about it, we had the fumble on the punt return to hold anybody to 10 points, which could have been potentially 3. that's a great day for our defense.
Some of the numbers they put together: 67 yards rushing allowed, 4 sacks, 14 hits on the quarterback, 7 passes broken up. Seemed like every level of the defense contributed, but I would say that it all started with pressure on the quarterback. What do you think?
I would totally agree with that. I think Joe did a great job of calling some timely blitzes. I thought our guys were hitting it at the right time. Quay Walker had an outstanding blitz where he got inside the running back and got the sack on the quarterback. Keyshawn Nixon, we had a lot of guys with half a sacks. Preston Smith was getting after the quarterback. Obviously that sack fumble before the end of the half was a critical play in the game.
Both your starting corners are out. You need a fellow like Corey Ballantyne to step up. And again, he steps up. 3 passes broken up for him.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable considering the fact that he didn't even know he was starting until Saturday morning. So that's just a great credit to him, his process, how he goes about his business, getting his mind and body ready to play, whether he's a starter or he's coming off the bench.
How soon after the Viking game, as great as it was, how soon did you start thinking about the Bears game?
Almost immediately.
Were you still in the locker room?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think I mentioned that to our team, and really that's where we're at the moment. You know, it was a great moment, but ultimately we got to take care of business Sunday in Lambeau Field.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the man in the middle, Kenny Clark. Don't go away. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bellin Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Brew Pub, lots of matzo pizza. Kenny, Bears, playoffs, Sunday, Lambeau Field. You're fired up.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what you want right there. I mean, you talk about a story and a way to finish off the season. That's what you want.
Okay, in the Viking game, second play of the second half, you jam the blocker, shed the blocker, and make the tackle. Is that still where it all starts for Kenny Clark?
Yeah, the foundation is always in the run game, man. Everything starts with the run and ends with the run. My job is just to be disruptive and, to make plays and allow other guys to make plays around me. And, that's just my key. I just try to just be as disruptive as possible. And when it's my opportunity to make that play, I got to make it.
You always seem to have a real positive impact for the Packers and a negative impact on the Vikings. Is there something about the Vikings you don't like?
I don't know what it is, but it's just I just love playing them. Every time we play them, it's usually a high stakes game. And it's just a rivalry. I just love playing them.
He's hit again and sacked. This time by Kenny Clark.
With a game to go, you already have a career best 6.5 sacks. Anything different this year from your perspective or just the way it worked out?
I just didn't get away from who I am. And I think this year I just really stuck to my power game. Real proud about how I've been playing this year and finally getting my career high. And just real proud about how disruptive I've been.
Kenny, you're already an accomplished player. What are you thinking about? Before I'm done,
yeah, I
got to do this.
Before I'm done, I got to get a Super Bowl, man. Like I said, I also want to be an All-Pro. I want to get that under my belt, but it's nothing like I know it's nothing like winning a Super Bowl, and I didn't been so close, for many years. I just want to get that shot and get a shot to go win one, for the city, and it'd definitely be huge, and it'll put a stamp on a lot of stuff that I've done.
Welcome back. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. The Packer defense ready, willing, and able against the Vikings, and one play says it all. It all started with pressure. Preston Smith, and he's working against Christian Darrisaw, reportedly a pretty good offensive tackle. But Preston feels like he's got too much weight forward, so he goes swim and arm over, and he's in on Jaren Hall, making his life miserable. Now let's go to the other side and Rashawn Gary. He actually slips, goes down to a knee, out of the play, right? Wrong. Rashawn bounces up, turns Karate Kid, and he too is making life miserable for Jaren Hall. The Packers had 4 sacks and 14 hits on the quarterback. The Packers were also very well prepared. Keep in mind, same play, and at the snap of the ball, Isaiah McDuffie is instantly looking for something. He's ready for something. And what he's looking for is that shallow crosser. He's in perfect position to pick him up, and then when the ball arrives, bat it away. The Packers had 7 PBUs against the Vikings. The Packers also did a good job of communicating. That shallow crosser, initially he was defended by Darnell Savage, but when Isaiah picks him up, Darnell starts looking for work elsewhere. The idea, of course, being to defend the entire field. Communication, preparation, and pressure. The tape don't lie, it's all there. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Software One, redefining how companies build, buy, and manage everything in the cloud.
The dynamic rookie out of Michigan State, Jaden Reed.
The game's not too big for him. When he came in with the right mindset, he's a guy that likes to be challenged.
He's a baller. He goes out there in the game, and he's a playmaker.
Left the right side. Reed. Down grab. Yes, he's got it. Gives to Reed around the right end. He's got running room to the house for the touchdown.
Jaden Reed, a weapon and a half or what?
Right corner of the end zone. Toe tap touchdown.
He looks like the most pro-ready draft choice they have, and he certainly lived up to that billing.
Oh, man.
The numbers are more reflective of him making the most out of his opportunities. You know, he's got a very bright future.
Down the middle, got his man, touchdown! Jaden Reed, who just broke the rookie receiving record. He is dominant here tonight.
A sensational rookie season rolls on for Jaden Reed as he's proving to be one of the more dynamic offensive weapons in the entire National Football League. Now with 60 receptions on the year, he's the new franchise record holder for catches by a rookie, passing Sterling Sharp's 35-year-old mark.
everybody. We're here. We got the dub. Going in the new year, man. Let's do it. Go Pack, go.
Welcome back to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur. This week's game balls are brought to you by Spectrum. Time to hand out game balls, and Matt, on offense, you went with Jordan Love and kind of the other end of the spectrum, the new kid on the block, Bo Melton.
Yeah, you had to give it to him. He was our first 100-yard receiver of the season. I don't think you can come out of that game and not give it to Jordan Love, accounting for 4 touchdowns and just leading our offense. But there was a lot of great performances from Aaron Jones to Jaden Reed. I mentioned our offensive line, so all in all, it was a good day for the offense.
Keyshawn Nixon is your man defensively. And the thing about Keyshawn, he brings it both against the run and the pass.
Yeah, you have to at the nickel position. It was his most complete game. Obviously, he had that sack, 11 tackles, so it was a great performance. Again, there are a lot of other good performers. Corey Ballantyne, that we mentioned earlier, just being able to jump in there, have those 3 passes defended, but ultimately it was Keyshawn's best game.
And on defense, you went with Eric Wilson. In addition to his contributions there, he also played quite a bit for you at inside linebacker.
Yeah, it was a great game for him. Cool moment anytime you go back to your former team in their building and put on a performance like he did. He had the 2 special teams tackles, so it was a good day for Eric.
You ever seen him in the locker room? That dude is ripped.
Yeah.
I would love to look like that.
You and me both, Larry.
Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away.
Packers-Bears.
It's nothing like playing against divisional opponents.
No 2 franchises speak to the history of this league like Packers and Bears.
We understand what we have in front of us. It really means nothing unless we take care of business in Lambeau.
Fields looking to throw under pressure, immediately sacked.
We know we're going to get their best shot. I'm sure they'd love nothing more than to knock us out of the playoffs.
Packers-Bears matters. It always has, and it always will.
It's meeting number 208 in the storied rivalry between the Packers and Bears on Sunday. Green Bay has won 9 straight, including Week 1 this season. But Chicago has won 4 of its last 5 and would love nothing more than to play spoiler in Week 18. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, this Bear team coming in, it's won 4 of its last 5. What are you seeing from them?
I see a team that's gotten hot at the end of the season. I think when you look at their offense, Justin Fields is doing a great job. They're using him more in the running game. They do a great job running the football. They stay committed to it. And then when they decide to throw it, they got a legitimate number 1 receiver in DJ Moore. So they got the weapons on offense, and then defensively, ever since Matt Eberflus has taken back over and calling the scheme, they're one of the top defenses in the league, especially I think over the last 5 or 6 weeks. They're number 1 in the league against the run. They just make everything very challenging. They create a lot of takeaways, so it's going to be a great test for not only our offense, but our entire football team.
Matt, the journey you've taken to get to this point, does that make it, this point, being here, all the sweeter?
It does, but like we mentioned, you got to finish the job, and certainly this team that we're going against is a lot different than what we faced in Week 1.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck against those Bears, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.